So Google just dropped one of the most requested features in the Gemini app. And if you have been using Gemini for real work, this is huge. You can now create and download real files directly from your Gemini chat. Think of PDF, Word, Excel, Google Docs, Sheets, and slides, and even more. You can even turn handwritten notes into a real document. All of this generated directly inside the chat. No copy pasting whatsoever. Think about how this used to go before, right? You will ask Gemini to, let's say, draft a board update. It will give you a beautiful markdown table in the chat, and then you will have to copy it, paste it into slides, and then the formatting breaks, right? And then you will have to like manually build it. This will generally require like 20-30 minutes of just cleanup for something the AI could have already done for you. So I'm going to do a quick demo of some really cool use cases. We'll have a finance flavor, which will have board updates, cash flow, balance sheets. And then most importantly, we'll start with a handwritten notes to a slide deck, right? This will be very interesting. A real quick disclaimer before we get into it, all opinions are my own and do not belong to my employer. All right, so with that, let's see the demo in action. All right, so I want to start with the first use case, which kind of blew me away. So let's assume that we have got some handwritten notes. In this case, this is more around finance and some more related to cash flow. So these are some of the notes that I've written. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into my Gemini app, and then I'm going to directly upload all of these files from here. So I'm just going to copy paste these files, and then I'm going back into the Gemini app. So now I've got these handwritten notes, and I'm going to ask the Gemini app to look at these cash flow notes and then convert this directly into a Google Slides. And then I'm also asking it to have a slide, have a title, and then one slide per kind of cash flow category, etc. So you can see that I'm asking it to do more than just doing an OCR. And let's see if it is able to do that, right? So you can already see it's trying to understand and obtain all of the data points from the slide, and it is going to be also writing some of the notes, etc., right? Which is pretty cool. So we'll give it a few seconds. It's already starting to generate this. You can see here it's saying generating slides. And so we'll give it a few seconds to see if it is able to complete this. All right. So you know what? Instead of looking at the slide deck here, I actually want to look at it as a Google slide, because that will be the actual test. I've clicked on export to slides, and let's see what kind of slides come out. All right, so let's open it up, and there you go. Look at the beautiful slides that it has created. Q3 2026 performance, strategic output, section 1, operating performance. This is just very nicely done. You can see the chart, etc. And obviously you have the capability to go ahead and change the color scheme and stuff like that as well. But you can see like this was not possible before. So you can see how it has also formatted it. It has also added some of the pictures, which is pretty cool. It has also added like the background picture and stuff like that. And it has also given the image sources. So very cool. And then you're also able to edit this, which is fantastic, right? Like you can go ahead and edit and change everything. So it's literally like end-to-end slide deck, which has been created, which always used to be a challenge because probably it would generate like an image. But in this case, it has actually gone ahead and created an actual slide, which you can go ahead and completely edit. So this is pretty fantastic. So that was the first use case that I wanted to show. Now, the second one is where, let's say that I want to ask it to do some research. So research the current state of buy now and pay later kind of market, and then include the market players and market share and regulatory environment, and then create a Word doc, right? So that is what I've asked it to do. Of course, you can again ask it to create a slide deck or anything of that sort. But in this case, now I want to look at a different functionality, and that will be the Word document in this time, right? So again, I'm going to give it a few seconds to do the research, and then we'll see the output as well. All right, so it has created the Microsoft Word document that we had asked, and you can see the formatting and all of those things done really nicely. And it has also given the references. You can see that it is not just limited to the Google Workspace ecosystem, but you're able to generate a Word document, and you could have asked it to generate a PDF. So now I'm going to do the third demo, which is where I'm going to ask it to actually generate a PDF directly from here. And in this case, it'll be a balance sheet for a B2B SaaS company for Q3 2026. And this is obviously, you can go very detailed in the prompt, as we all understand the amount of tokens that Gemini can intake. But in this case, the idea is to showcase the deliverable, right? So we have seen Google Slides, which are completely editable. The second one was Microsoft Word, and this one is PDF document, right? Which is all three from three different vendors, which Gemini is able to create directly. So we'll give it a few seconds for it to come back and generate, and we'll see the PDF what it generates. It's ready. So let's click on this. And there you go. So it has thought about this, and this is the assets, these are the liabilities. And you can see like this is completely an assumed balance sheet, but you're able to generate this, right? So you can go ahead and provide much more details to it, and it will be able to follow your instructions and stuff like that. And that's the idea, right? So Gemini 3.1 Pro has been there for a while, and it's not new. The channels and the delivery, the output medium which is being delivered directly out of the box in the app is new, which was launched today. And that's what I wanted you guys to be aware of. So go give it a shot. And if you have questions, please let me know in the comment section. I'll also paste the link of the announcement from today. It was a very small, like an announcement on a blog, which is, I'll also paste the link to the announcement from today so that you can check it out as well. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.